what I thought the other day was there's got to be a tool within AutoCAD and Civil 3D that does a cul-de-sac without any problem. And that's the thing. The tip I'm going to show you today does not have an extension to it, doesn't have an add-on to it. It doesn't have anything that is fancy. There's nothing to add on. There's no AI in this. There's no anything crazy. This is what comes with the software, but it's reimagined the intent that the tool was used for to then make things work. And cul-de-sac is what I'm looking at doing. So I'm going to show you it, and then I'm going to then show you how I did it. Both of them. Okay, so cul-de-sac grading. And I know I'm not talking, that's the point. I'm just showing what's going on, and then I'll talk through it again on the next one. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. That's quick. I just graded in a cul-de-sac. When I say I graded in a cul-de-sac, if I look, there's my surface. If I select it and then say my style is now going to be 1 and 5, is breaky and choppy because of the frequency of my corridor. So if I just change my corridor frequency a little bit tighter, this will be cleaner. So let's do that real quick, and then I can show you the model, show you what the surface it generated. So there we go, nice tight. Now we can start looking at what we have in our model viewer, which is this surface right here that it generated, this cul-de-sac surface. So let's talk about how I did this. This is interesting, unique in how I did it. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look at a couple of things. I'm going to go ahead and dimension out our edge of pavement, which is 76, right? And there's a reason why I'm going to mention that here in a second. But if I look up under home, intersection, and I go to create a roundabout, there's going to see. So I name it road C cul-de-sac because this is road C, and the standards used. So if I come in and look at the standards used, this is what I'm using, this kind of cul-de-sac thing, and I'll share kind of how it's set up in a second. But I created a standards that is for a cul-de-sac. And the reason why I created that standard for cul-de-sac is because this roundabout tool is not used for a cul-de-sac. But for some reason, we were able to manipulate this to make it work, which is really nice. So I'm going to set this 15 apron width, and then this is 76. So that's what this circle is. And then I'm going to say existing grade. We will change this here in a second. And when I click OK, it gives me this circle, and then I can bring in the approach of this alignment, which has my lanes at 12 and 12 and graded in. So this was all set up and working because of how I have everything set up with that roundabout tool. That's essentially what it is. I massaged the roundabout settings to make things work. Much nicer surface if I make this tighter, right? Yep, there we go. So how did I make this standards to get it working? It's simple. When I came and did kind of the intersection tool or the roundabout tool, the standards that I had changed or fixed up, these right here, if I I'll edit a copy, I set everything essentially at 0. So roundabout geometry all set at 0 except for the lanes that I have. With that too, the grading kind of did something with it, and we'll change that here in a second. My approach, everything's zeroed out except for the lanes that are coming in and out of the drive. Same thing here, everything's zeroed out except for the capacity. And then same here with the capacity calculations, because we're not utilizing this to calculate anything, we're utilizing it to automate our curb return. And so with this, all of the roundabout tools have these little default sections, and I use these entry radius and exit radius to then make that cul-de-sac section, and then slope grids that set in. So that's how I set up the standards to do this. And of course now I made it made a whole new one. And then when I filled out all of this, it is that inner circle, and then I made sure it aligned with it to generate this cul-de-sac. That was a quick and easy way to grade out this cul-de-sac without any problem.